You did mention that you wanted to talk about class and what you thought of it.
I didn't mean in the middle of the street.
Well, we're just outside class.
Yeah, exactly.
We are outside of class.
Yeah.
Keep the noise down.
So that's the plan. But I'm assuming we're not going to continue here because I'm so cold.
Hi, and welcome to this latest video episode of the Bad Wilf podcast. I'm here with Pete.
Yeah.
And Gerrod.
Hi.
Obviously, I'm Martyn. Well, not obviously. If you've never seen this video before, you wouldn't know that.
Oh, obviously I'm Martyn. Let's start. So, how are we all doing today? How are we all doing?
We're doing well.
Tickety-boo.
Tickety-boo.
Surviving. This is the first video that we're doing together where all three of us are together.
I know, it's so exciting.
I know.
So exciting.
I know.
Very impromptu.
I know, but I thought we would do it. Well, I think you two came up with the idea of doing it, and I thought I'll just bring my camera just in case.
Let's talk about class.
Okay, so we'll start off with, I only saw 3 episodes and never got the chance to see the rest of them, but what did you think of it overall? Let's start off with that.
Well, first of all, what was your main decision in not chasing it afterwards?
I just did not have the time. I didn't have the time to be able to watch them. Martyn kept saying, "Yeah, it's come on, let's go and watch it." And I kept going, "Yeah." Then completely forgot.
How about you?
I kept with it. If I'm honest, I nearly stopped at episode 4, but then the chatter on Twitter was like, "It's really good. Episode 5 is like the best of the whole series." So I thought, you know what, I'll give it one more episode. And then I realised there was only 3 left, so I thought I might as well finish the series. So Pete, what did you make of the series overall?
Well, I knew walking into it that this was another spin-off. And so from Torchwood, I realized, okay, season 1 of a new series, it's going to have to find its feet. It's going to be uneven. It's the show finding its feet. That said, I think it did. I think
towards the end, it ended really strong. It made me want to come back for series 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's too little, too late for like the mainstream audience, and it's not fared too well on the iPlayer, but it is an online-only show.
They've kind of put up a barrier in those first few episodes because what I love about the show isn't some of the things that happen in those first few episodes. Those, there's some intense violence in those first episodes that isn't quite there later on.
There was a negative reaction to the spin-off long before cameras even started rolling.
Really?
Yeah, because the BBC said, just one day they went, "We got an announcement coming at midnight. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a really great announcement. You should stay up till midnight to hear it." And then they were tweeting stuff from Tom Baker's era and going, "Oh, you're going to love the announcement." And everyone was thinking, like, "Oh, is it like a classic writer coming back? Is Malcolm Holt going to come back and write an episode? Is
from the grave?" Yeah,
and like all of that was speculation, was just building up, and people thought that maybe villains were going to be returning, and they were like, "Yeah, you should stay up till midnight, and then we're doing a spin-off based on no characters you've ever met before."
You know what? It really captures the chaos that I remember from being a teenager. It's like it's all exciting, but it's all like intense. Whereas Sarah Jane has got the Doctor Who thing, where there's always kind of a sort of a happy resolution. There's a safety that you feel in kind of.
I will admit there were characters in Class that I thought were goners that didn't go.
Oh,
and with the tone of the show, I thought that it wouldn't go against the tone of the show to kill off a main character by the end of the series.
Do you think they would are going to make a second season?
I think so. I think it will entirely depend on how it does on BBC America, because BBC America funded pretty much like 75% of the show. So once it's broadcast, I might just be making that figure up, but once it's broadcast in America in April, I think we will get a clear understanding, and it's going to be shown on BBC One, I believe, from January.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to have a late night.
Yeah, it'll be like 10 p.m.
Okay. Well, it's quite exciting to hear, and it's making me want to carry on watching it, which I did want to do, but now I definitely want to do it, just to see what happens at the end. Because as you lot know, I wasn't a big fan of the last few seasons of Doctor Who.
Yeah. We still watching with Series 8, didn't you?
Yeah, I did like I said, I like the few episodes, but I think because of my bloodlust, I think that's why I loved the first few episodes. But it was enjoyable.
It still has its moments later on.
Oh, good.
So how do you guys feel that they handled the introduction of the Doctor into this universe? Did it feel very forced to you, or did it feel natural?
To me, it was kind of a royal warrant, wasn't it?
It had to be done to establish the universe.
But in actual fact, to me, after seeing the first 3 episodes, he didn't need to be in there.
I think they handled him well, and I think
yeah.
it's the best the 12th Doctor has been written, in my personal opinion.
Wow.
But the tone of the show completely shifted when he turned up. And I wonder if that is because you couldn't have the Doctor in the ultra-violent scenes.
Yeah.
And maybe if that is so they could put those clips online and kids could still watch the Doctor Who scenes. Because I would have no trouble with my kids watching the scenes of Class that Peter Capaldi was in.
Right.
But
Well-
as small as it was.
Yeah.
We always feel safer when the Doctor's on camera there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just going to change the tone.
I'm glad they didn't bring him back later on in the series, because
Yeah.
that would have felt like a cop-out.
No, I don't. I think they just wanted to make people aware that this is for sure a spin-off. That's why they added the Doctor in.
Well,
just to let people know
if
that.
this had been like a pre-existing character show, like if Clara had got a spin-off, they wouldn't have had to bring the Doctor into it.
That's true.
But because it was based on no pre-existing characters, you
why
had to
why
have
is
the
that?
Doctor.
Why come there was not
I
one
d-
pre-existing?
I don't know,
character that
because
they
you
wanted
had
to
a school kid called Courtney in Series 8, and it would have made logical sense to give her own spin-off. Or, you know, Clara and Danny could have been given a spin-off. What I will say about the show is that at times it felt like a completely original show that had been forced into the mould of Doctor Who.
Well, this is the thing about Forrest, is that it really has been its own thing in a lot of ways, you know?
I suppose so.
You know, I mean, it's nice it's in the same universe, and there are things that can happen because of that. And that thing I was saying about it being kind of a world that isn't safe, there are moments where I think people do find sort of peace in themselves, and that's nice.
So, basically,
A lot of different
do you
flavors.
okay? But here's a question: do you think, coming to the end of this season, that they found their feet?
Oh,
I think
definitely
so.
by the last episode. Yeah. I was disappointed when it ended, and I hadn't felt that way about any other episode. Every other episode, I was checking my phone, checking Twitter, looking at the time.
You do that
But with
with
this
anything you
episode, I was engrossed. They had me, and I was disappointed that it was only 8 episodes by the end of episode 8, because it felt like they finally gave me the show I thought Class was going to be with episode 8. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We're going to head off now because it's getting very busy around here and we've got a lot of traffic noise.
Take it easy.
Peace.